really nails, not really nails, but I don't know about you, but I don't have really that much experience of war. Like, you know, living during war or anything.
I've been through many wars.
Vietnam.
I've been in Vietnam. I've been to the Second World War. I've been in tons of smaller wars and
Smaller wars.
you know, stuff happening in the Middle East.
World of small wars.
Yeah, I've seen some shit. I've seen people die.
On movies.
Yeah, in movies.
No, but
exactly in movies.
I think, as of what I've heard from my, you know, grandparents, so my dad is adopted.
Okay.
So my entire dad's side of the family is non-biological. And I have so my non-biological grandpa's dad was a magazine, or like a printer, yeah. He worked as a printer for the local magazine in his town. And when the war broke out, he started printing out, like, you know, propaganda against Nazism, or like, you know, protests.
Okay.
And it was
in
not
Sweden or
no, in Germany.
Okay.
And it was not, you know, he was like,
he wasn't punished for it.
Yeah, he was punished.
Okay.
He was not, you know, super big on it. He was just, you know, making his small. It was more of his small part next to it. And he was, you know, helping a Jew here and there, you know, small stuff. It was not like
helping a Jew here and there.
He was not, you know, the super heroic person going out to the street shooting down Nazis or anything. He was more than, you know, he did small things here and there. He eventually got caught and thrown into jail and stuff.
Oh.
And I've heard he survived and everything.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know.
nice. But it's still German. We just put him in a good jail.
Yeah.
Just don't let him out.
So it was not, you know, he was not on the war fronts or anything, but just I've heard some side stories here and there, hearing that the kids from war actually got, you know, messed up.
Of course.
Or not like super messed up, but, you know, actually imagine, or not rather imagine, but imagine seeing Jojo. Thinking this is a movie, it can't really be real. It's a sarcastic movie. I don't know if I did this because it's a sarcastic, but anyway. But then I started thinking about what my grandparents started to, you know, what they shared. And they also mentioned that imagine being a German kid growing up exactly as this movie. Growing up, you're 10 years old, and the only thing that you know is that Adolf Hitler is like the guy. He's the guy you want to, you know, grab a drink with when you get the right age. You want to work for his personal guard. You want to become Gestapo, you know. And everyone is just...
He's this guy.
Every time you say hi to your mom, you say like, hi Hitler, you know.
You don't say hi to your mom, you say hi.
Exactly. You say hi Hitler, you know.
Yeah.
And then just having this worldview that you are the perfect race. You are all this. You're going to win the war. You're going to take over the world. No one can touch you because you're Aryan. Everything that. And then finally, when they heard so many things that they want to go out to war, they just say, oh, I wish I had a uniform. I wish I could have a gun so I could shoot, you know, Russians or Americans. But then once it actually hits the kids, you can see that Jojo just runs around being like, you know, traumatic. He doesn't do anything. He just, you know, taking everything in, being like, this is not what I imagined. And imagine being a kid in World War, sorry. And just the thing that you've been taught your entire life just flips during the events of a week or something, during a war or a fight where you live. And then all of a sudden foreign people comes in and just, you know, we are the ones having right now. And then you're realizing that I don't know if that's right or wrong, what should I think, you know, like your entire mindset is being questioned by yourself and everyone around you.
Well, that's exactly what this movie is about.
Exactly.
And,
so he's been brought up just thinking, I'm a Nazi, I'm the best person in the world, you know. Adolf Hitler, he's the guy. And then as soon as the war hits like them, he says, "Oh, but we need to fight for Adolf," and they say, "Oh, but you can't really fight for him anymore. He shot himself. He's a pussy, you know. He's a coward." And then you're being like, "Oh, wait, what? He's supposed to be this heroic dude." Yeah, he lied to us. And then the lady brings out like a machine gun and starts shooting, you know.
Take this and run.
Yeah. Give him a big hug. Just imagine just that feeling of being like just played, completely played. Everything you know in your life is a complete lie, or not complete lie, but you know, just if it's a lie or not, and all that.
Well,
seeing how it was portrayed in this movie, I could feel his pain, his inner pain of just thinking, I have a Jew in my attic. I'm doing a bad job keeping her alive. And then by the end of the movie, he's just, damn, what should I think, you know? It feels, it hits, you know, it hits.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know if I said this before, but when it involves children in movies, and they are being hurt, or, you know, they're being, like, you know, affected in a negative way, it hits more. And especially for me, I really, as we've been working with kids during like after school programs and stuff, seeing how kids are being just mentally affected just, you know, hits a little bit harder. So this movie really played me, you know, being like
well, it's always interesting because what you talk about, like, our generation haven't been really in war.
Yes.
And
some of us might have some conflicts in
exactly
Middle East or
but we in Sweden,
yes,
if we're gonna talk about that, like, we haven't experienced the worst that humankind have seen, you know. We haven't
even close.
No, not even close. Like, the worst thing me or you can think about is, like, I don't know, not having hot water for like 2 hours, you know what I mean? Or like having to walk through the rain for like 15 minutes.
Or absolutely worst case, some dude's getting beat up on the street, you know, because he dealing drugs, or, you know, something like that.
Yeah.
Which is all over the world, so it's not specifically here. And it's just, I mean, I can't imagine being in the position of Jojo in the middle of a war, not just thinking I might die at any second right now, or just what am I believing in? Is this the right or wrong thing, you know?
But like this, the absence of being in such a cruel place, it's almost like I know that Taiko made this movie just, and he talks in an interview about how it's important to make movies like this just to make people remember that stuff like this happen. And that's why there's always like Second World War movies, or like war movies in general, just to like don't forget that it might go bad.
Exactly.
You know, and World War III being just around the corner, and like Nazis
not so much
being
more
like a little bit of mainstream in the media right now, and like people.
It was more when it's
like
actually happened, but it's been derailed, or not derailed, but like been.
Yeah, but you know, like just the tension.
Yeah, that's true,
of conflicts